You always get that sense of dread when December comes around because you feel like you haven't lived up to the expectations you set for yourself at the start of the year. Then this is your sign to stop it and watch this video, because I'm going to share 6 tips with you to make sure that 2026 is not just another repeat. Alright, let's talk. If you clicked on this video, then I'm sure that you spent one or too many years where you've set yourself some goals in January, you felt extremely motivated, and by the time it gets to the end of the year, you feel like you've not achieved anything at all and feel like you're almost in the exact same position that you first started off in. In today's video, I'm going to take you through some of the tips that I've gathered, both from personal experience and also from researching online, of the best things that you can do to assure that you reach your goals in 2026. Because 2026...
ain't gonna be another year, okay? This one feels different.
The best place to start, always, is to look back a little bit, alright? Let's cast our minds back to the year that we've just had and acknowledge our achievements, okay? And I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people feel stuck. It's because they don't actually spend the time to look back at what they've done and what they've achieved in a year, and they just kind of focus on the things that they haven't done. You might not have achieved everything on your goal list or be exactly where you wanted to be, but that's not to say that you've not achieved anything at all. Maybe you developed a new skill, you learned something new, or you tried something new, got out of your comfort zone. Maybe you made new friends, you started a new job, you started cooking more, you went to the gym. There's so many things that you could have achieved. It can literally be something so small, and I think it's so important recognizing that, because it builds this sense of like trust within yourself, and the confidence that you gain is like the fuel that helps you then power the future of your new goals. The next thing I want you to do is to get clear on the things that you want and the things that you don't want. And doing it because you want to do it, not because other people are doing it. Because I think it's so easy to get swayed depending on what people online are doing, your friends. Maybe they're all buying houses, so you feel like you need to buy a house. Maybe they're all saving money, so you feel like you need to save money, or they're traveling, so you feel like you need to do that. But maybe they're not things that you actually want to do for yourself or see yourself doing. Because if you don't really know what it is you're doing and what you're working towards, you end up just kind of like living day to day a little bit blindly. And the days pass by so fast. So it's so important to get clear on what these things are, and some questions that you can ask yourself are: what it is that you want your life to look and feel like? What are some opportunities that you want to make happen for yourself? What is currently draining me? What are some things that I don't want to take with me to the new year? Maybe there's some things that you've been doing over the past year that you've noticed and you don't want that anymore. Maybe you keep going on your phone in the morning and you don't want that. Understanding those things are really going to help you, because maybe you see yourself in the future where you wake up and you feel like you've got the day by the balls.
But grab your destiny by the balls and squeeze hard.
Once you've acknowledged what you've already done and achieved and kind of looked at what you want to take into the new year and things that you don't want to take into the new year, you can then start looking at your goals and kind of like what you want to achieve in 2026 and how are you going to get there. A lot of us do this where we will set ourselves a huge vague goal of, I want to start reading, I want to lose weight. But the best thing you can do for yourself is to actually set goals which you can measure, such as I want to read 6 books in 2026, I want to lose 3 kilograms. It's so easy to set the big goals. It's why it's so fun at the start of the year to set like a vision board and you're like, this is what I'm gonna do. Oh my god, this year is gonna be the best. Like probably the way that you're feeling now watching this video, like
this year is gonna be my year. No other year is gonna compare.
Don't achieve goals by focusing on the destination. You achieve them by breaking it down into actionable steps that you can do day in and day out. I'm definitely guilty of this, of imagining and daydreaming about, oh my god, once I achieve this goal, my life is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna achieve this, I'm gonna achieve that, where that doesn't get you anywhere. And I've spent so much time and energy focusing on the output, and with the outputs you can't actually control that. Like losing the weight, you can't control that. The thing that you can control are the inputs. The inputs are the things that you do daily, such as go to the gym, make yourself a healthy meal, go for a walk and get 10k steps, you meditate. All of these things help you get to the output. And the Notion template that I'm going to be using for next year is like, I love it so much because it kind of focuses on that we have input. So it shows you how many times you've shown up to a goal. So no matter how small, how big something is, if you check it off that list towards that goal, even if you haven't achieved it fully, you can see that you've shown up to that 70 times or 10 times or 15 or whatever it is. It just shows that you are showing up. It's not like you've abandoned it and it's never happened. Or it can show you, hey, you didn't show up for this enough. Maybe that's why you didn't achieve it, and that's something you should focus on for the next year or the next quarter. Small little actions such as these every every single day is what's going to get you to that destination, not sitting and daydreaming about the goal itself and how life would feel or look if you were to achieve it. So now that we've broken down the goals, we understand what it is that we want to do, how we're going to measure it, and the steps that we're going to take to actually get there. It's now all about understanding the structure and how we're actually going to make these things happen. If your goal or your system is way too vague, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to reach that goal. Because if you want to lose 3 kilograms and your goal is to go to the gym 4 times a week, if you don't know when, what you're doing at the gym, and for how long you're going to go, you're setting yourself up for failure, because it's still going to be just an idea. For example, I can remember last year I was being really bad with consistency when it came to going to the gym, simply because I felt like going to the gym was such a chore. But it was just the idea of kind of like figuring out a plan, making sure like it's the best thing for me. I also was going to a gym that was really far away from me, so it was taking me nearly an hour extra to get to and from the gym on top of my workouts. There was a lot of friction towards going and a lot of decisions, because it was like, do I have time to go to the gym? What am I going to do once I get there? Fast forward to today, my commute to the gym is almost half. It's so much easier for me to get there. There's way less resistance, and now I use an app which helps me plan my workouts, so I don't even have to think. Could I plan my own workouts? Sure. But do I want to spend that time doing it? No. My own goal is to just be consistent and to go to the gym. You want to wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off, you get up out of bed, don't even think about it, taking that decision out of it, you go to the sofa, you meditate. You then finish that, you go put on your gym clothes that you laid out the night before, and you go to the gym. You want to have a system where it just becomes second nature. You remove the decision out of it, because then that just saves up so much mental energy and space for other things. The last thing you want to do is be dedicating so much energy and time on these things that just like don't matter and can be so easily solved. It's wasting time and energy that could be put elsewhere and more beneficial, rather than deciding, what am I going to wear for the gym today? What workout am I going to do? Am I going to go today? Am I not? When do I eat? Do I eat before the gym? Do I eat after the gym? You should know the answers to these questions already, especially if you want to reach these goals. Following on from that, it's all about making consistency easy. The harsh reality is that no one is going to save you. No one's coming from you. No one's going to rescue you. No one's going to tell you what to do, unfortunately. That ship has sailed, okay? We had that when we were younger, when we had everything laid out for us and we knew exactly what was expected from us. But today, we don't have that as adults. We have to figure it out for ourselves. You're the only one who can put in the work to make it happen. The easiest way that you can do this is to just eliminate the friction that you have every day. Like I mentioned before, it kind of comes down to this decision fatigue and making so many decisions, and you want to kind of remove them as much as possible, because they're the things that can sometimes create this friction. Stop waiting for the perfect moment for something to be right. I know it's easy to sometimes say, no, well, I feel a bit anxious today, I don't really want to go to the gym, or, well, I don't know, I feel a bit bloated, so I don't really want to go to the gym and wear gym wear. Like, suck it up. Just wear a big baggy t-shirt and just put on some headphones and get to the gym and get the workout done. Because the achievement of reaching your goal is not pretty, and it takes repetitions, and you have to put in the work. And the final step is to review, adjust, and repeat. Goals shouldn't be something that you just set at the start of the year and then forget about it. It's something that you need to come back to, revise, analyze, and adjust. And with that, you need check-ins, whether that be weekly, monthly, or quarterly. A time where you sit down and look at what you've achieved and how it's gone, and making sure that you're tracking it. How on earth are you meant to know what's working and what's not working if you never look back on it and you never analyze and review it? And I really think that it's not about working harder, because over the last few years, I feel like I've been working on 10x speed. I feel like I've been doing so much. I feel like I've been busy all the time. I've been stressed and anxious, but then I'm not moving as fast as I want to. So I don't understand, like, are the people that are achieving more, are they working more? They're way smarter with their time. They know what they're doing, and they're not spending time thinking about all these little things that just don't matter and take up so much mental energy where they could be automated. As I heard in the podcast, higher performers don't push harder, they just have better systems. And it's so easy to do. Just schedule some time in your calendar and sit down with a pen and paper or with a Notion template and just ask yourself, what worked? What didn't work? And the more that you use and audit your system, the stronger it gets. Because remember this, your future self is built on today's actions, not today's ideas. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, be sure to click subscribe and like this video. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.